Abhishek Jain and welcome back to the Shell Script tutorial series part 13. In today's video, we're gonna understand the command read and what's the uses of a read command and how does it help to create an interactive script for the production use or the real-time use. So let's quickly jump into the demo and try to understand what read command does for us. So let me just quickly create a one script. Okay, and let me just put shebang line before I forget. So what read command does for us is actually just read through the input which user typed on a terminal. So whatever the input you type on a terminal, that is going to be captured by the read command and put it in one variable. By default, that is information is stored in a reply variable, and if you want to give it any particular name, that also you can do it. So let's quickly see how what exactly the read command does for us with that. So let's say I just wanted to accept the username by the user, and then I have to use the read command. Let's say if I just say I want to store this in a variable name username, and so if I echo this username and if I exit it, that's it. That is what we have to do. Okay, so let me just save it. Okay, and if I just make this executable, okay, and if I just run it, it is asking for my name and I can give this Abhishek, and Abhishek is going to be displayed back, right? So as I mentioned, no, as I mentioned that by default read command always read whatever you information you type on a terminal. But let's say if I don't give this variable, so what happens, and it's still that read command is storing that variable by default on this reply. So if I just remove this, if I want to access the value which is being captured by the read, in case we are not giving any variable, then I have to use this $reply, and if I save it, okay, and if I run it again, and let's say I want to give test this time, and test is being reflected, so this is the read command does for us. It actually just read through the standard input, because whenever we create any shell script, there are three streams gets created: a standard input, a standard output, and a standard error. And basically this read command just bind standard input. We know that whatever the hardware device we have, keyboard is like a device for us, and that actually whatever we typed in, that actually gets stored in a standard input, right? The other thing which I wanted to tell you for the read command is, if I want to use a effective let's say a user script, especially the menu driven user script where we can allow user to type in, we have another option with the read minus p. What this is for, just whatever whatever the text you want to prompt to the user. We don't need to use the echo command for that matter. We can use this read with minus p option, and we can give the name of a variable where I want to store the information. And if I just give user name here, then it is going to reflect. So maybe I can make it more interesting and code user name is okay. And then I can read, and I can ask for enter password, and I want to save this, so let's say in a password variable, and I want to echo that enter password dollar password. Okay, so if I just save it and run this script, so let me just cancel it first and clear the screen. And if I run that script, now it is asking for Abhishek, and it is more accurate because in the similar line it is asking for that. So enter username is Abhishek, and if I give the value of password is password, then it is going to be enter password. So it looks like I made some mistake in referring that. It should be coming here. Let's see. Yes, here is the mistake. Okay, so if I run this, then I should be able to see the password as well. And this time I'm going to type test, and password is going to be password test, and it should reflect yes, it's working fine. The other thing is, the another option which read provide us is, in case we know that password is something which is, the sensitive information, and if we want to, if we don't want, user to just, show the typed information under for the password field, they can use -s option. What it's going to do is, it's not going to type in. Okay, so if I run this again, now it is asking for test one, and if I just password test one, you can see that nothing is happening, but the moment I would enter, you will see I type this password, and you can see the line which is coming here, right? I can just do that. I can add a value here. Maybe I can just enter one. Let me just do that, echo slash. Okay, the other option which we have with the read is -n. Let's say if I want to give the password length, user should not be entering more than 10 characters inside the password. That we can do with this -n option. So that would be restricting user to type more than 10 characters. Let me just clear that, and if I run the same script again, this time is we're gonna give test 2 and password test. So what happens is, the moment it pass type the 10 characters, it automatically gets enter, and you can see that the password TE, you can see I just typed more than that. So these are the three options which we have: -p, -s, and -1, and you can use based on the logic you want to build within your shell script. Now it's the time to just see the menu read demo to see how this read can be used in real time. If I have write a small code here, and if I just copy this complete code, and I just explain you what exactly this script is doing for us. And if I just put this, okay, so don't worry about the length of the code, but it's very straightforward. So let me just explain you. What I'm doing is, I'm just accepting the username, and then I'm just taking the password. This line is not needed for now, so let me just remove this. So we are just saving the data, we are just saving the password in a password field, and this line also is not needed, and let me just delete that. Then I created a small function, show menu. So what it is doing, it is just showing these user has these options, and then we have a read options. The function, what it does is, it is just defining a variable. We haven't covered the local yet, so let me just delete that. Now we have options. So I think I don't need that for now. Basically, we can just talk about the local, how we need to use it, but for now I can just, so we have this read, then we have a case option I'm utilizing here. So first option, what's gonna do is, it's going to you know so this is what first option. Then we have a second option. So likewise, whatever the user is going to select the option, that is going to be stored in the option field. You can see what I'm doing is, it's similar like, I mean, the command that read -p. So whatever the value user is going to enter, it is going to be stored in an option, and then I'm reading through the option here, and based on the past value, I'm defining the which logics to be run. So, and the other thing at the last, what we are doing is, I'm just checking the value of password. If it is going to be Abhishek, then it is going to call this show menu function. So it means this function is going to be executed, and then I'm just reading the options. So I'm just reading, then after then first it shows the menu, then it will come here and it will show this logic, and depending upon the option you are going to use, this logic is going to be executed, right? So for option 2, you're going to see that this echo is going to be uh, showing the message on a terminal, and it is going to sleep for 2 seconds. Then we have a third option. So what you can do is, instead of an echo, what you can do, you can write a small script for doing the same purpose, which I'm just reflecting with the messages. Like, you can build a script which can execute the API. I mean, if you want to verify the API and whatever logic you want to write there. And if you have a fourth option, and if you don't pass 1, 2, 3, and 4, then this logic gonna be executed, asterisk symbol. So this is what this. So we have these two functions, and under the while loop, this password first it's a check whether the password is Abhishek or not. If it is not, it is not going to execute this. If it is that, then it is going to execute these functions, right? So let me just save it and run this script. Okay, so let me just make it executable. Thanks. Okay, and if I run this, let's see what happens. It's asking for username. Let me just give Abhishek. I have to give Abhishek, otherwise that menu is not going to be reflected back because while is checking that condition. And if I give 2, you can see executing a database validation, and then again it is asking. Then if I give 3, then it is saying that report execution, third option, and if I just give 4, that it is going to be exit from this menu and we are going to come back to the terminal. So this is what the main use of read command, and you can just modify this script the way you want to do it, and instead of a echo command you will be giving some execution or some maybe set of instructions of the command, or you can just put some kind of executing of some script which will be doing the purpose which I am throwing in the messages. So that's it from my side for this particular video. If you have any feedback and suggestion, please feel free to put that in a comment section, and I would love to incorporate your feedback and suggestion if those suggestions will make these videos more simpler to understand for you guys. So as always, stay healthy and keep learning, and if you feel that these kind of videos can help your friends in your group, please feel free to share with them and ask them to subscribe for my channel, so that whenever I'll upload a new video you will get the notification and you can get the maximum information out of it. Thanks again for watching this.